Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and I'm coming to you guys today as an eBay reseller, online seller, and as a human being. I wanted to talk about some ideas that I had for all of us so that we can do our part as humans who need to stay home and do what we can to limit the spread of this coronavirus and also keep our businesses alive and still be online sellers that have to make a living. I don't know how you guys feel about all of what's going on, but the fact of the matter is that our government hasn't done the best job at prevention, screening, containment for what's going on. So it's now up to us, each individual person, to do what we can to slow down the spread. And that's so that our hospitals don't get overrun and that it doesn't come down to people essentially dying that don't need to die if they could just get the treatment that they need. So a lot of us can stay home. We work from home, which is amazing. So now let's take that and really use it to our advantage. I know a lot of people are saying, well, but I can't source. But wait, you can. So a good number of us sit on a decent amount of inventory. We just do. It's stuff that has listed and has just, fallen off the eBay cloud, or it's just been listed and sitting for a while. Maybe you didn't get around to it, or maybe you meant to relist it. I don't know. There's just stuff in most of our inventories, unless you are amazing at keeping inventory, that isn't accounted for. And then if you are amazing at keeping inventory, you've got stuff that's just older and that's been lingering, and it could use a refresh. So my suggestion to all of us is go into your own inventory and source there. It's a really great way to not go out into the community, and to also refresh your store. You can take out those old stale listings that are just dragging your store down anyway, and you can make new money because you did spend the money on that item already. And if it's not selling, but you know that you made a good choice in that item, you probably just need to give it a whole fresh listing. Now, does this work? Absolutely yes, and I'll tell you why. For the last several months, because we're going to be moving to the Netherlands and because I'm about to get out of the reselling game, I have been going through all of my inventory, my bin by bin, taking things out and looking at how old is my listing, because every listing I have is dated. So how old is my listing? Is it over 3 months old? If it is, I take the old listing down and I re-photograph that item as if it was a brand new thing, and I relist it. And can I just tell you that 75%, and I did my numbers, 75% of the items that I went and found and brought back and redid have sold. So while I may have put time into that item twice, now I didn't spend any new money. I sold something that was sitting there taking up space and that I had already spent money on but not recouped my investment. Whew, I just had a sneezing fit there. I have a lot of allergies. Thank goodness for editing. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm kind of bummed that I've spent the last couple of months doing all this because I don't have quite the amount of inventory that I could list that I would have had, but I'm sure that so many of us have that. And we do need to do what we can, do our part, like I said, as humans in the community to just limit spread. I think it makes sense. If you are a reseller, you are usually more worldly minded. You do reselling as a way to help the environment. You have an entrepreneurial spirit. You think about things a little bit differently in the world. So I'm pretty sure that most of us understand that right now where we are, it really does come down to each individual and the choices that they make. Hand washing is great, but we still need to do what we can to just not be out and about as much as possible. It doesn't have to last forever. It's just that if you've taken a look at any of the charts and graphs that are out there, there's a big spike in cases and there's only a certain amount that the hospitals are capable of handling at the same time. What we can do as people is take that spike in cases and level it out so that it doesn't go that much higher beyond what hospitals are capable of dealing with. I'm sure we all have people in our lives that are more prone to getting this illness and having complications from it. I personally have breathing issues, and I have asthma, and you know, it frightens me a bit. So at the end of the day, if you are worried about going out, or if you don't know where you're going to go to get inventory, I highly encourage you to source in what you already have. And if you have already exhausted that, start reaching out to neighbors. A lot of people are home, and just say, hey, do you have any stuff that you were planning on giving to Goodwill? Do you want me to come over and help you go through your closet? I'm looking for inventory. This is a really great time to do things a bit differently. A lot of, college professors are taking their classes into an online format. A lot of people are realizing that they can telecommute for work, which is a really great saver of greenhouse gases for us. So maybe this is a great way for us to look at things a little differently, and maybe just change a little bit about how we're doing what we're doing. I wish you guys all nothing but great health, and if you do end up selling things out of your inventory that were sitting there that now have sold because you went and redid it, I would love to hear about that. It's such a great thing to realize, hey, I didn't make a bad choice. That was a good one. So I wish you guys all the best of luck.